I'm joined by the University of Redlands. They're here to compete in the 2026 NCAA Division III Women's Softball Final Round. We have with us head coach Jose Ortega, and he is flanked by Brooklyn Bard, Avery Duran, and Natalie Lauthers. Coach, open with comments from you about starting off your experience here in Salem.
Yeah, want to thank the NCAA so far, everybody here in Salem for such an amazing couple days that we've had. We're excited to be here, back to the championships for a second year, which, if we had to script it out, it was an amazing year for us. 30-game winning streak ended up being broken in our regional, and we bounced back to get past that. Went to Texas Lutheran with a tough school there, tough team there, and we're able to sneak out of there, and now we're back. We're excited and ready to go.
Avery, you talk about you with this, you're a senior here on this squad. Talk a bit about that progression we mentioned a little bit here in the beginning part of just before we got started here about how this team has steadily improved over the last several years.
Yeah, definitely. I think coming in my freshman year, we knew we had a really good group coming in. We had a good group of freshmen, and obviously majority of us staying, a few really good ones joining along the way, and I think that's really just help us kind of build into the team we are. Like you said, every year we've gone a little bit better every single year, and that's just really helped us turn into a championship team that we are now.
Yeah, Brooklyn and Natalie, you're both seniors as well. Here, let's start with Natalie here. Talk a little bit about being able to set a legacy up here for the program. I mean, obviously one of the things that happens with college sports is all cyclical, all cycle, but the really good ones are able to maintain for a long time. You guys are setting yourself up for that. How do you feel like that you're being able to contribute to that?
I think it's just really exciting to see how the program has grown. I came in as a junior transfer, and I think coming in, all the girls they set such a strong foundation. We're a very disciplined group. We like to have fun together, and I think just keeping that going as years go on will help have more championship teams in the future.
Sure, Brooklyn. I mean, this right now culminates in. You're a 43-6 record right now. 43 wins in a softball season. When in Division III regular season, you're capped at 40. So you guys have done really great things here in the postseason just to get to that point. Talk about setting that school record and what it means for the program.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I mean, I don't think a lot of us realized how many wins we had. I think we just go out there, do our best, and play. Like Natalie said, we just have fun out there, play our best, and give it all we got. And it's got us really good so far. So yeah.
Coach, talk a little bit about your plan of building this program out over your 8 seasons here. I mean, you have a hard time there at the beginning just because we have a pandemic right in the middle of it all when you're starting to build. But you found a way to continue the momentum to you're here right now. Talk a little bit about that process for y'all.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to have some great coaches and great mentors. Somebody specifically is Dennis Rogers. He's kind of a legendary coach at Riverside City College, and I pull a lot of what I know and learned from him, and he was great about just being where your feet are. And that's all we've done. Brooklyn talks about we had no idea where we were record-wise. We had, the big win streak. We didn't focus on it. We weren't really, we got interviewed from our school media and hey, you're at 28. It's I didn't know we were at 28. We show up every day to practice, get our work done, show up every day to compete against whoever shows up against us, regardless of the situations, whether, it's raining or whether it's 100 degrees or whatever the situation is. We're just going to show up and we're going to compete, and then at the end of the day, if we win, it's great, and if we don't, then we'll learn and move on.
So 2 of you are all conference players, and when you get to this level of the season, everybody is a good player that's on these squads coming out. So we're going to have a little bit of fun, kind of talk about that with the 3 players here right now. You watch a lot, probably watch a little bit of film, that sort of thing, look at scouting reports. We're going to have you scout yourselves here right now. So, Natalie, talk to me about what makes Brooklyn a good player.
I don't know. Brooklyn's something about her. She's very calm. No matter what she does, you don't know if she's putting thinking too much about anything. She just goes up there and she does it. She's really a tone setter for us when the game starts. She gets on base, usually steals every single time. She's most of the time successful and safe, So I think she's just I would say she's just kind of the tone setter for our team. She goes out there, she plays, just gets the job done. So yeah.
Brooklyn, outfielder to outfielder. What makes Avery a good outfielder?
Oh, well, she can definitely read the ball really well. I think in the outfield, just in general on the field, she's just a cheerful player, a supportive player. Like, she leads our dugout in every single cheer. Like, a lot of the girls look up to her, and just her energy she brings out there lifts us up. So she's definitely just, she lifts our spirits, really.
Avery, who's the better outfielder defensively?
Oh gosh, well, Brooklyn has plenty of accolades to account for, so.
No doubt about it. Avery, let's talk about Natalie though now. What makes her a good backstop back there for your pitching staff?
Oh gosh, I mean, for me, I've always seen catcher as one of the heads of the field, and I think she fills that role perfectly. I think she is also a very contagious kind of just person out there. Her energy is just amazing, and I think that's really necessary as a catcher. Just, every play she's ready, she's popping up, she's ready to go. I mean, obviously, catching itself is always there. She's a blockade back there. Nothing gets really past her. Throwing girls out left and right, and just her voice. I think she's so energetic, but she also has a very calming nature to her about there that makes me feel comfortable whenever she's behind the plate.
Absolutely. Coach, we'll wrap things up here with you. I think you've got the second game on Thursday to play.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about the messaging from now until then, and maybe is there something to being able to watch one game to get your feet wet before you step on the field there at the Moyer Complex?
Yeah, I think just being here a second time in itself is a little bit more calming. I mean, if you kind of saw our game last year, our first game, it was versus Trine, 4-0 right off the bat. A couple of hits, a grand slam before we can even take a breath. So it was, I think, a little intimidating. But now, kind of having been there, a lot of our young ladies here have been there. So I think we're just stepping on and knowing what we're walking into. Obviously, we know what we're walking into is in an opponent is Linfield. I think we've played Linfield the last 4 years more than some of our conference opponents with regional appearances, and they come down and compete against us just about every single year. So familiar with our opponent as well, which is a little bit more comforting than kind of going into a team that we haven't played for in the past. Linfield's a tough team. Not saying it's comfortable because we feel we're just going to go in there. They're a really tough team. Coach Jackson does an amazing job, but we're going to show up and be ready to go.
Very good. Well, Avery, Brooklyn, and Natalie, as well as Coach, we look forward to watching you get your championship experience started on Thursday here in Salem.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.